Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode we're going to be cooking Vietnamese fish sauce wings, otherwise known as Pok Pok wings. These wings are easy to make and taste incredible. They're crunchy and sticky with a sweet and savoury sauce. To start off with, you need 3 to 4 peeled cloves of garlic. Roughly slice them. Then sprinkle the garlic with some salt. This will help draw out the moisture for a later step. Chop the garlic into smaller pieces. Now add the garlic to a small bowl with half a cup of warm water. The warm water and the salt will draw out the garlic flavour. Next, in another bowl, add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Then add 5 to 6 tablespoons of fish sauce. Mix it together until the sugar dissolves. Then pour the water that's been flavoured by the garlic into a bowl using a strainer. Push out as much liquid as possible. The reason behind not adding the whole garlic pieces to the sauce is so that when you go to fry the wings, the garlic doesn't burn, but you get the great garlic flavour from the water. Keep your chopped garlic to one side for frying later. Mix the water, fish sauce and sugar together. Next we need a large Ziploc bag. Open it up and place the chicken wings inside. Then pour in half a cup of corn flour. On top of that, pour half the fish sauce mixture. Make sure to keep the other half for later. Seal the bag with a little bit of air and mix the chicken, flour and fish sauce together. This will cover the wings with a cross between a breading and a batter. Let the chicken sit in the fridge for a while you heat the oil. I filled my cast iron pot 3/4 full with canola oil. You want to heat the oil to a temperature of 375 Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. When the oil reaches about 300 Fahrenheit or about 150 Celsius, add the garlic to the oil. When the garlic just starts to turn golden brown, remove it and place it on some paper towel. Now let the oil fully come up to temperature before adding your chicken wings. Cook them in batches of 4 to 5 wings at a time. The reason behind this is so you don't overcrowd the pot, which will bring the temperature of the oil down too low. Fry the wings for 8 to 10 minutes or until the skin is golden brown and crispy. Once those wings are nice and crispy and cooked through, take them out of the oil and drain for about 30 seconds before placing them on paper towel. As the final batch of wings cook, it's time to finish the sauce. Heat a wok or a deep-sided pan over medium heat before adding the other half of the fish sauce. Reduce the fish sauce mixture down until it begins to thicken. Then add 1 teaspoon of crushed chili. I'm using G-Fresh's great range of dried herbs and spices. Mix the chili through before turning off the heat. Then add the chicken wings to the wok and mix them through the sauce. Don't worry, these wings are still going to be nice and crispy. All that's left to do is to serve them up. Sprinkle over that fried garlic and top it off with some coriander. There you have it, Vietnamese fish sauce wings, otherwise known as Pok Pok wings. These wings are easy to make and taste incredible. They're crunchy and sticky with a sweet and savoury sauce. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking Filipino-inspired Adobo chicken wings. You might be wondering what adobo is. Adobo in the Philippines is a method of marinating meat in a mixture of vinegar, soy sauce and garlic, then simmering the meat and sometimes grilling or baking it before serving. By marinating the meat this way, it gives it a truly rich flavour. To get started, you'll need a large bowl. Finely chop 3 cloves of garlic before adding it to the bowl. Next, add 2 bay leaves. I'm using G-Fresh's great range of dried herbs and spices. Break up the edges of the bay leaves so you can release all the flavour. Then add a nice amount of black pepper, about a tablespoon. Followed by 2 teaspoons of red chilli. If you don't like chilli, you can just leave this out. Now pour in half a cup of vinegar, then 3/4 of a cup of soy sauce. Stir it all together. Then add your chicken wings to the marinade. It's easier if you cut them down into thirds. Don't throw away those wing tips, keep them for making stock. You can find my recipe for homemade chicken stock on the channel. combine the chicken and the marinade. This will need to be kept in the fridge for at least 3 hours for all the flavours to penetrate the chicken. Then cover with plastic wrap. Light a chimney of charcoal. I'm using clean heat charcoal. Lay it out on one side. Place a cast iron pan over the heat. Before it gets too hot, add the chicken wings before pouring over the marinade. Let the wings simmer in the marinade for 10 to 15 minutes. This will kickstart those wings cooking and make them even tastier. Once the wings have simmered for 15 minutes, remove them from the pan and place them on the other side of the barbecue. We're going to finish these wings off by indirect cooking. Cover with the lid so the wings can cook and the marinade can reduce down. After about 5 minutes, remove the pan from the barbecue. The marinade has now reduced down into a rich sauce. After about 20 or 30 minutes, the wings should be ready to go. Take them off the barbecue and let them rest for a couple minutes. Top those wings off with that rich sauce we made from the marinade. There you have it, Filipino-inspired adobo chicken wings. Delicious and tasty wings with that rich infused flavour from the marinade and finished off with the flavours of charcoal. Serve your wings with your choice of dipping sauce. I'm using some whole egg mayonnaise. Please check out our Patreon page, which you can find the link in the description. This will help support the channel so we can continue to bring you more delicious recipes. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to cook mustard and honey chicken wings. These wings are a great blend of sweet and bold flavours. They're also a great alternative to buffalo wings, if you can't handle the heat. To start off with, set up your Weber for indirect cooking. I'm using clean heat charcoal. It burns hot and burns for a very long time. Coat your wings in your choice of rub. If you're looking for a great rub, make sure to check out our chicken rub video. Lay your wings out, ready to go for indirect cooking. You want to cook these for about 2 hours. After the first hour, turn over the wings and let them cook for 1 more hour. While they're cooking, it's time to make the sauce. In a large bowl, add 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. Then 1/4 cup of everyday mustard, 1/4 cup of honey, and next 1/4 cup of Sriracha ketchup. Or you can use 1/4 cup of ketchup and 2 tablespoons of Sriracha. Season with salt and pepper. Now all that's left to do is mix it all together. How good do they look? These wings are ready to be sauced. Place your wings in the large bowl with the sauce. Mix them through till they're fully coated. All that's left to do is to serve them up. There you have it, mustard and honey chicken wings. A great blend of sweet and bold flavours. They're also a great alternative to buffalo wings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you've got any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking garlic and ginger chicken wings. These wings are packed full of flavour and are sweet and spicy. From the simple rub to the amazing sauce, these wings are perfect for any party or even a snack. To start off with, we need to make a simple chicken rub. To a small bowl, add equal parts salt and pepper. I'm using G-Fresh's great range of dried herbs and spices. Next, 1 tablespoon of paprika. Then 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder. And 1/2 tablespoon of onion powder. Mix the rub together until it's fully combined. This simple rub is perfect for any chicken recipe. In a bowl, add your chicken wings. They've been cut into thirds. Don't throw away the wing tips, keep them for making stock. You can find my recipe for homemade chicken stock on the channel. Pour over the rub we made, bit by bit, to fully cover those wings. We want those wings to be coated with that rub. These wings are ready to go on the barbecue. I've lit a chimney full of clean heat charcoal. It burns nice and hot and for a really long time. Lay out the charcoal for indirect cooking. Evenly lay out the chicken wings on the barbecue. You want to leave a little bit of a gap between each wing so the air can circulate around them. This helps them to evenly cook. Cook the chicken wings for a total of 40 minutes. Now it's time to make the sauce. In a bowl, pour in half a cup of honey. I'm lucky enough that my dad keeps bees, so I've got some all-natural honey. Then add 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic, followed by 3/4 of a tablespoon of crushed ginger. For the spicy element, add 2.5 tablespoons of chili paste. If you're not a huge fan of chili, just add a little less. Then a tablespoon of soy sauce. Finally, 3 drops of sesame seed oil. Be careful not to add too much, otherwise it'll overwhelm the flavour of the sauce. Mix together all those elements. I'm loving the colour of this sauce. Set the sauce to one side as the chicken wings finish cooking. After the wings have been cooking for 20 minutes, turn them over. We want the skin to be nice and crispy on both sides. These wings are perfectly cooked after 40 minutes. Take them off the barbecue to rest for a couple minutes. It's time to sauce these wings. You will need a large bowl, add the freshly cooked wings, spoon over the sauce but keep a little for when you go to plate up. I'm also garnishing my wings with some spring onions. You might know them as green onions. Thoroughly mix the wings through the sauce. How good are they looking? These chicken wings are ready to be served. Top them off with a little bit more sauce and garnish with some more spring onion. There you have it, garlic and ginger chicken wings. These wings are packed full of flavour and are sweet and spicy. From the simple rub to the amazing sauce, these wings are guaranteed to be a hit at any party. Please check out our Patreon page to help support the channel so we can continue to bring you some more delicious recipes. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking Thai-style chicken wings. This recipe is super easy and perfect for weekday dinners and packs a whole lot of flavour. First thing we need to do is to make our marinade. In a bowl, add 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. Next, add 1 tablespoon of dried coriander, then 1.5 tablespoons of turmeric. This will not only add flavour, but colour. Season with freshly ground black pepper and salt. Add 1 roughly chopped red chilli. Finally, add a few tablespoons of olive oil. This will help the marinade stick to the chicken. Mix it all together. Add the chicken wings to the bowl. Mix the wings through the marinade. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and let it sit in the fridge for at least 2 hours or even overnight. When you're ready to cook, light a chimney of charcoal. Lay it out for indirect grilling. I'm using clean heat charcoal. It burns nice and hot and for a really long time. For a little bit of extra flavour, add some wood chips to the charcoal. Lay out the chicken wings opposite the charcoal. Cover with the lid and cook for around 30 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 165 Fahrenheit or 74 Celsius. They're looking perfect. Take them off the grill and they're ready to serve. There you have it, Thai-style chicken wings. They're nice and tasty and not to mention an easy dish for a weekday dinner. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to show you how to cook honey and Sriracha chicken wings. These wings have a great blend of sweet and spicy, not to mention one of the easiest wing sauces to make. Today, we're going to cook these on the Weber, set up the coals for offset cooking. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. Cover your wings with your choice of rub. For a great rub, check out our other video. When it comes to coals, my favourite brand is Clean Heat Barbecue. They burn hot and they burn for a really long time. Lay the wings out on the Weber, away from the heat. Put the lid on and let them cook for 2 hours. After about an hour, turn over the wings and let them cook for 1 more hour. While they're cooking, it's time to make the sauce. This sauce couldn't be simpler. In a bowl, add 3/4 of a cup of honey, then add 3/4 of a cup of Sriracha ketchup. If you don't have the Sriracha ketchup, just simply add 1/4 of a cup of Sriracha and 1/2 cup of plain old ketchup. Then to finish it off, add a couple teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. It's as simple as that. Now mix it all together. How good are those wings looking? I think they're ready to sauce. All that's left to do is to coat those wings. Add your wings to a large bowl. Then pour that sauce all over those wings. Mix those wings through to make sure they are all fully coated. Finally, add some sesame seeds. There you have it. Sweet and spicy honey Sriracha chicken wings. This sauce couldn't be simpler. These make a great alternative to the good old buffalo wings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you've got any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking jerk wings from hell. These are insanely hot, but because of the bold flavors, it has a beautiful depth from hot to tangy. To start off, we need to make a simple chicken rub. You'll need equal parts salt and pepper. Next, 1 tablespoon of paprika. Then 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Mix the rub together until it's all fully combined. This simple rub is perfect for any chicken recipe. In a bowl, add your chicken wings. Pour over the rub we made bit by bit to fully coat the wings. These wings are ready to hit the barbecue. Set up your barbecue for indirect cooking. I'm using clean heat charcoal. Next, evenly lay out the chicken wings. Cook for a total of 40 minutes at 365 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius. Now it's time to make the sauce. First, finely dice 1 habanero. This chili is extremely hot and you want to dice it as fine as you can so the sauce gets an even amount of the chili. Next, finely slice 1 spring onion. To a bowl, add the chili and spring onion. Then 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, some salt and pepper, 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, finally the juice of 1 lime. Mix it all together, creating a hot but tangy sauce. All that's left to do is to sauce the wings. Add the wings to the bowl and mix them through the sauce. There you have it, jerk chicken wings from hell. These aren't for the faint-hearted as they pack a hell of a punch, but they still have a great balance of flavour. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to cook honey and Hoisten chicken wings in the vertical smoker. This recipe can also be done on a kettle barbecue, but I thought I'd try something different today. This sauce is great for people who don't enjoy hot wings, and it's extremely easy to make. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. Cut the wings into 3 pieces, throwing away the wing tips. Next, cover the wings with your choice of rub. Today I'm using Sucklebuster's chicken rub. Time to set up the vertical smoker. Fill the smoke tray with your choice of wood chips. For these wings, I'm going to use hickory. You want to make sure you have a water tray. This will help catch any juices for the wings and also help them to stay moist. Lay the wings out on the racks, try not to place them too close together. This will help with airflow and the wings will evenly cook. Let's light her up. This vertical smoker has a gas burner. Set it to 3/4 of the way to full. Close the door and bring it up to a temp of 325 Fahrenheit, that's 160 Celsius. Cook for about 50 minutes to an hour. While the wings are cooking, let's prep the sauce. In a small bowl, add 1/2 cup of Hoisten sauce. Next, 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Then a teaspoon of ginger. Add 1/4 cup of honey. My parents keep bees, so this is all natural honey. Finally, 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil. Combine all the elements together. The wings have been smoking for roughly an hour and they're looking great. It's time to take them off. Add your wings to a large bowl and pour over that sauce. Mix the wings through thoroughly, making sure they're completely covered. All that's left to do is to serve them up. There you have it, honey and Hoisten chicken wings. Packed full of flavour and are a great alternative to hot wings. If you like this recipe, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to cook honey garlic chicken wings. These wings are packed full of flavour with a great garlic hit. Today, we're going to cook these on the Weber, set up the coals for offset cooking. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. Cover your wings with your choice of rub. For a great rub, check out our other video. When it comes to coals, my favourite brand is Clean Heat Barbecue. They burn hot and they burn for a really long time. Lay the wings out on the Weber, away from the heat. Put the lid on and let them cook for 2 hours. After about an hour, turn over the wings and let them cook for 1 more hour. Now while the wings are cooking, it's time to prep the sauce. Take a small pot and place it on medium heat. Then add your knob of butter. Once it's melted, add your garlic and your ginger. Cook for a short time before adding your soy sauce, honey and brown sugar. Bring it to a simmer and cook for a few minutes just so it thickens up. Take the sauce off the heat and let it slightly cool. How good are those wings looking? I think they're ready to sauce. Using a large metal bowl, mix your wings and your sauce together. Serve your wings and pour over the remaining sauce. There you have it, honey garlic chicken wings. Packed full of flavour with a great garlic hit. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you've got any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. Today we're cooking barbecued chicken wings. They can be cooked on your Weber, but today I'm going to cook them on an offset smoker. So first up, let's get our rub together. So you need some coarse black pepper. I like 1:1 pepper to 1:1 salt, then some paprika for some colour, then some cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat, some onion powder, and garlic powder. Then you want a bit of brown sugar just to help those wings glaze. Now mix that up together. You want to get it really nice and combined so this rub can cover all the wings. Okay, next up, we're going to want a large Ziploc bag so we can get that rub all over the chicken wings and not make so much of a mess. Take your chicken wings, now remove the wing tips, and we're going to speed this up because you don't want to watch me cut up all these wings. We want to get straight to the best parts. Now take a lemon, cut it in half. Now take your bag full of chicken wings and add your choice of oil to help the rub cover the chicken wings really nicely. Next up, squeeze your lemon juice into the bag. This just gives it a bit of acidity. Now add your rub. By adding your rub bit by bit, you ensure that all the chicken wings get coated evenly with that rub. You don't want to have some over-flavoured wings and some that don't have any. Seal your Ziploc bag with a little bit of air in it so you can get your wings moving around. And then mix it up. You want to coat those wings with a mixture of rub, oil and lemon juice. If you've got that sealed, you can give it a big shake like that. Next step is to remove all the air you can from it and place it in the fridge for at least an hour to overnight. I've got my smoker sitting at about 280 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 140 Celsius. This part gets a bit messy, so take your chicken wings from the Ziploc bag and add them to the smoker. For a start, you want to keep your chicken wings together. You want them to cook as one big lot before you spread them out and sauce them. I'm adding some hickory chips to add that subtle smoky flavour. Now that your wings have been cooking for a good 45 minutes, it's time to separate them out. Stoke your firebox, add any extra coal that you need, and let them cook for another 20 minutes. So I've taken some barbecue sauce and I've watered it down, and now I'm just painting those wings with the sauce. Now let them cook for another 20 minutes. Wow, they're looking good. We're nearly there. So another layer of sauce just to add that glaze and that flavor on the outside of the chicken. You might notice those beef ribs cooking on the side. They're in another video. Check that one out. One more time, leave them for 20 minutes. How good do they look? With the rub that we created and the mixture of the barbecue sauce, you get this beautiful, spicy, sweet, succulent, juicy chicken wings. Chicken wings go with pretty much any type of barbecue. Today, they're going with the beef ribs that we cooked in the other video. So give them a go. They're pretty easy, they're straightforward, and anybody can cook them. Check out our other recipes. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking honey and mustard chicken wings. These are super simple to make and are packed full of flavour. To start, you'll need some chicken wings. Next, add your choice of rub. Homestead lovers were kind enough to send me some of their bolt action rub to try. Add the amount of rub to your taste. This rub packs a punch, so I didn't want to overdo it. Mix the rub through the chicken wings. Set up your barbecue for indirect cooking. I'm using clean heat charcoal. Have your barbecue or your oven sitting around 355 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius. For some extra flavour, I'm adding some apple wood from SA Barbecue Woods. Cover with lid and cook for 25 to 30 minutes. While the wings are cooking, let's make the sauce. First, add 1/4 cup of honey. This honey is from my dad's beehives. It has an incredible taste. You can see where it's from in our new series, The Bush Bee Man. Then 1 heaped tablespoon of whole grain mustard, followed by a teaspoon of Sriracha. 1 finely diced clove of garlic. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. Season with some salt, and finally add some chopped chives. Mix it all together. These chicken wings are looking amazing. Take them off and place them into the sauce. Mix them through until they're fully coated, and there you have it, honey and mustard chicken wings. These are quick and easy to make, but taste amazing. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments. Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to cook teriyaki chicken wings. These wings are sweet and savoury at the same time and are packed full of flavour. Today, we're going to cook these on the Weber, set up the coals for offset cooking. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. Cover your wings with your choice of rub. For a great rub, check out our other video. When it comes to coals, my favourite brand is Clean Heat Barbecue. They burn hot and they burn for a really long time. Lay the wings out on the Weber, away from the heat. Put the lid on and let them cook for 2 hours. After about an hour, turn over the wings and let them cook for 1 more hour. Now while the wings are cooking, it's time to prep the sauce. Take a small pot and place it on medium heat. Add your soy sauce, honey, and brown sugar. Bring it to a simmer and cook for a few minutes just so it thickens up. Finally, add some sesame seeds. Take the sauce off the heat and let it cool slightly. How good are those wings looking? I think they're ready to sauce. Using a large metal bowl, mix your wings and your sauce together. Serve your wings and pour over the remaining sauce. There you have it, teriyaki chicken wings, sweet and savoury all in one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you've got any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments.